Google and Google these visas, and you find loads of information around them. What we offer is a coaching service to say we know people, we know talent that have gotten this visa, that have been endorsed by these countries, and allow this talent out of the vastness of their experience, coach you to the point where you are comfortable enough to put in a solid application and get endorsed yourself. So that's what we're offering, right? And we can also explain some of the, big grammars on the website, simplified for you to make you understand this is what they're trying to ask for, right? In terms of their requirement for these various visas. So if you can take a screenshot of this and you can do a simple Google check, you can even use ChatGPT and check, what are these visas about, steps to apply for these visas and all. If you do need our support, please reach out to us, come to our community, right? Send us a text, leave us a message, and we would get back to you, right? What can we cover as Emigrate, or what do we cover, right? We have information sessions and general inquiry sessions like this. So this session is an information session, open day. We're just giving out lots of information that will benefit you. And you can use the chat room to ask all questions, general inquiry included, right? It's part of what we give out for free. Remember I said 85 to 90% of what we do at Emigrate, we do for free. We also have coaching and hand-holding sessions. We have assessment. I just told you about, digital assessment that you can take for free. We have self-directed roadmap to pre-qualify you or to qualify you for any of the tech visas that you're looking out for, right? We also have a roadmap session to guide you to becoming globally attractive, right? So if you are a beginner or if you're a junior developer, right, and you're looking to become globally attractive, we can sit together, curate a roadmap specifically for you, right, that you can walk through to become globally attractive. We also advise on the Global Talent Visa for the UK extensively. We also review Global Talent UK visa application and also the endorsement review process. So these are many more. My next slide will tell you about a bit more. These are many more things or services that we offer. And you can see that we offer a lot of these for free. But we do know that we have unique situations and unique individuals. People are pressed for time. People are challenged. They're switching from one career path to another. So we have a premium service where we can work with you depending on your uniqueness. We can work around your schedule. We can work around what you are looking to achieve around your goal, right? Just let us know your North Star and we're able to point you in that direction. So we have premium services. The Emigrate Circle is a premium service. We also have personalized coaching sessions. This is a 30-minute to 1 hour coaching session. They are premium and they are paid for. That's why I call them premium. We have standardized packages where we review and also do introductions with regards to any of the visa route that you are applying through. We have the Emigrate Premium Services, right? This is a full-fledged 1 to 2 years program. So if you are a beginner, again, or if you are a junior developer and you want to grow exponentially, you should take advantage of the Emigrate Premium service. We do have custom service. Like I said, depending on your uniqueness, we can build around, or your request, we can build around services around what you are looking out for, right? We've broken our services into 3 major pillars. So we have the do-it-yourself. This is where you come on our platform. You have all of this free information and you can decide to apply them yourself, right? So do it yourself. You can pick up information from Open Day. Barry's going to share a lot today. You can pick up information that will unlock some of the questions that you've been asking yourself and demystify them so you can apply yourself. You can also do with me. I need a partner. I need a coach. I need a mentor to walk this path with me. So we do have the Do It With Me package and also have the Do It For Me package. Now, these are the different packages or the different pillars that we walk through, right? If you go to our website, time will not allow us to break everything down. If you go to our website, they are very much defined. All right. But if you're interested in any of this, our website is emigratevisa.com/tech visa, right? Or go to our app, right? The Emigrate app on Apple Store and iOS Store and Google Play Store. You'll find loads of information there regarding all of this. Or you can start the journey by just using the chat functionality on Zoom today to ask all your questions, and we would get back to you as soon as possible or answer your questions today. If you're interested in the premium, we do have emigrantevisa.com/pricing. That takes you straight to the premium platform where you will find out more about what we are doing. Again, I spoke initially about the immigrant packages. These are different packages that are running. If you're interested in any of them, leave us a chat in the chat room, and we're going to get back to you. So move to the UK as a global talent. This is targeted at the United Kingdom for global talent visa. Barry is going to speak to it today. I don't know how extensive he wants to go, but we have a package called Move to the UK as a global talent. You may want to sign up for that, or move to the UK as an innovator founder. So if you're a tech founder, if you have a startup or a scale up, right, and you think you have a market in the UK, you want to scale to the UK, it's a fantastic visa to have. Let's talk, and we can put you in touch with the right information. Again, remember, our goal is to make you globally attractive or make your business globally attractive, right? We also have the move to the US, right? All of these visas opportunity, all of these packages are available within our platforms, within our communities, so take advantage of them, right? We have the Self-Start UK visa. We have the Settle in the UK as a tech talent. I spoke about that earlier in this conversation, right? So do take advantage of them. We have the Canada Startup Visa if you are looking, again, to extend your offerings to North America, right? And also the US O1 visas also, right? We offer very flexible packages for every journey, right? So this is the pillars I talked about initially: the do it yourself, the do it for me, and the do it with me package, right? This is the do it yourself, right? And we have the do it yourself with Emigrate Circle, like the do it yourself with a premium circle. You can also explore that. These are the various benefits you get, or the various features that are available at the moment. And we are leveraging now AI on this, so you can look at this and explore them and say, okay, I can use the basic AI, so the free offering is good for me. But I need more than the basic AI. I need personalized coaching session. The do it for me, which is do it yourself, which is free, and also the Emigrate Circle you can combine both to get the personalized coaching. Or you can say, wait a minute, I need the premium AI agent, or I need strategic coaching. Then you can do it with me, and the list goes on. So it's flexible. You will meet you where you are, right? And remember, 85% of what we do is free, right? This is where you find our apps across the various Play Store. If you've been listening to me and you say, "Oh, I don't think I'm globally attractive because or for one reason or the other," the lowest common denominator across the packages, across the countries, across the visas I've spoken about, is that they are looking for people who are globally attractive. To put it in a different way, they are looking for the next Elon Musk, right? That's who they are looking for. They are looking for someone that can come into their ecosystem to build a product or service that will employ their citizens, or that will attract investments or huge resources to their economy. So they are not doing you a favor, right? It's a win-win situation when it comes to applying for this visa route and relocation and settlement in a different climate and a different geography. All right. Just to mention again that, again, this is not legal advice. We're just giving information around the various visas that we are speaking about. All right. Buddy, are you available? Are you ready for us? Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to hand over to you now, buddy, and
Sure, Modi.
take it over from here. If you have questions, please do use the chat room. If you have questions about anything I've spoken about so far, use the chat and drop the question. We will answer as much as time will allow us. And it's a good time to also go to architect.emigrantevisa.com. All right, buddy, over to you. I'll stop sharing now.
All right then. Hi everyone, and Happy New Year is still in order. It's our first session this year on the Emigrate platform and on the Emigrate Open Day. Today, we are going to be sharing around accelerating UK settlement. And I need to mention that for today's session, I'm going to be skipping a lot of things because there are resources available on the platform already. We want to get into some of the key changes, some of them that are coming in April or March or April 2026. And some of them, it's not 100% sure yet, but consultation is going on, but it is very likely those changes are going to happen. And so accelerating UK settlement then becomes an important thing to discuss, particularly for talent. But like Moody mentioned, when we say talent, we are talking about you. Even if you have not started your journey at all as at today, there is a pathway for you from where you are today to where you want to be. For us on the platform, we call that becoming globally attractive. There's a pathway for you to become globally attractive. So you qualify for these different visa routes that we are talking about, and the visa route we will be talking about during this session today. And so don't shut off when I say things like individuals with highly sought after skill. When I say things like exceptional talent, exceptional promise, when I say things like highly sought after, aliens with extraordinary ability, those kinds of things, we are talking about you. And it may not be you today in terms of if you are not yet qualified, but you can be qualified over a period of time. You would need to follow a roadmap. You would need to ensure that that roadmap is followed diligently. You would need to become, if you are not yet qualified. But we are also talking to people on this session who are already qualified. You've done a lot in the field. You've done a lot in terms of your profile, and you've been able to build yourself to become globally attractive. You are already qualified, and that means that you are now on an endorsement roadmap. For every one of the five routes that we will talk about today, they require you to be endorsed in one way or the other. That endorsement is called different things for different routes, but ultimately they require you to be endorsed. And so, even if you're on the endorsement roadmap as at this moment, we are able to support, and I will be sharing a few things that will be useful for you. But then, if you've been endorsed and you're on the relocation roadmap, meaning that you are now moving into this new economy, we are focusing on the UK today, we are able to also share a couple of things that will be useful for you. Mostly not on today's session, but you would also get a number of tips and resources, AI tools, AI assistants that are available on the Emigrate platform, coaches available on the Emigrate marketplace that are able to support your journey. Now, if you're already moved and you're integrating into this new economy, the UK that we're focusing on, we have resources available on the Emigrate platform. And if you're already on a pathway to settlement, we also have resources available to you in terms of how can you become a permanent resident within the shortest possible time? How can you become a citizen within the shortest possible time? What are the things you need to do from 5 years before you qualify to ensure that you don't extend your pathway to settlement in the UK? I need to mention that Emigrate does not only focus on the UK. However, today's session, we are focused on the UK today. Emigrate helps individuals become globally attractive so they qualify for the likes of the UK Global Talent Visa, the US O1 Visa, French Tech Visa, Australia National Innovation Visa, German EU Blue Card Visa, and there are quite a number of talent-based visas from all over the world. That's what we do on the Emigrate platform. But we don't just focus on the migration stage, we focus on the entire end-to-end journey from the point of view being from the point of view visa planning to the point of settlement. We don't just focus on one country, but we also focus on multiple countries of people moving from the UK to the Middle East, people moving from Canada to the US, people moving from, and there are a couple of changes in the US as well, we will talk about in our next open day. And there are several of those. that we are focused on the Emigrate platform. Today, however, our focus is on the UK. The UK's immigration landscape is changing. And I know some of us may be familiar with the consultation currently going on. And I know that some people are praying against it to say that, oh, this thing must not be, because what is happening in the UK in practical sense, please go check the news. We've already put a lot on the Emigrate platform for you. So go check that. I'm just giving you a summary on this session so that we can get to the crust of the matter and discuss the 5 routes that we support on the Emigrate platform. What the UK is saying is that some people that will have qualified for indefinite leave to remain in May, June 2026, in about 3 months, the UK is extending their time to indefinite leave to remain to for them to have a cumulative of 10 years, meaning that they will spend an average of extra 5 years before they get indefinite leave to remain, which is no longer guaranteed. A number of people moved to the UK over the years, particularly 2021 up to date, and the UK is currently consulting, but we believe on the Emigrate platform that it is over 90% sure that those things that they proposed, a lot of them will pass because every one of the major parties supports the ideas that are being passed by the current Home Secretary. This is not immigration advice. This is not legal advice. This is us just sharing information, education, and also coaching. What that then means is that you may want to start exploring what are your options. You may want to start exploring, are there shortcuts to settlement in the UK? Are there ways in which you are able to settle faster? But before we go into those 5 routes, I need to also talk about a number of things that are also going on in parallel. In the field of technology, there has been recent wave, and it's not so recent anymore, but lots and lots of redundancy. And for people who are settled, people who are or settled in the UK, that redundancy doesn't mean as much as to a migrant who is on a sponsored visa. Because all of a sudden, from being secured and having a home in the UK, they all of a sudden have 60 to 90 days to find a new sponsorship, find a new job, or go back to their home country. In some cases, these are people that have spent 4 years already on a pathway to settlement. These are people who, in a few months, they were planning to submit the application for indefinite leave to remain, which is the permanent residency in the UK. And then all of a sudden, they are back to ground zero, going up and down, trying to figure out what next to do. The reason why I talk about that is because for some people who are on the call or who are listening to this replay video later, you may want to make sure that you continue building your profile, even if some of the changes today do not affect you. I'm one of the coaches on the Emigrate platform. I'm one of the expert coaches for some of the UK tech visa routes that we are talking about today. And we speak with people regularly who 6 months earlier, 3 months earlier, did not know that they were going to end up in the situation they are, which is part of why they were looking for the consultation and the coaching session at that point in time. We don't offer immigration advice. We don't offer legal advice, but we offer information, direction, experience, road mapping, as I mentioned earlier. One more category, and then we'll jump into the 5 routes. Is people who are in the UK and they think, oh, we have 18 months for me to figure out a sponsorship or a pathway to settlement in the UK. But that 18 months comes in a jiffy. And so before now, it was easier. I did not say easy. It was easier to be able to find a pathway to settlement, because there were quite a number of different options, and between all of those different options, you likely are able to find one that would work for you. And a number of these were students and then goes on the post-study route, and then post-study is finishing, the post-study route is finishing, and they still have not secured employment, secured sponsorship, or secured endorsement. So all of this is going on at the moment in the UK, in terms of the UK landscape. And I'm sure a number of us may be familiar with some of this. Was any one of these things I just said new to you? Could you put it in the chat? It also helps me know if you are listening or if you are following my train of thoughts during this session. I'm not going to share a lot of slides. I'm just going to share from my experience today. I will share a couple of slides, but not so many. I'm just going to share from my experience. So I talked about three different categories, why you should care. And I would like to know, is any one of these something that you're hearing for the first time, or was there any one of these something you wanted me to talk a bit more about? And so, what thing that we should then also be aware of in the same immigration policy changes that the UK has put out, they always make room for talent. Always. So, for example, when the UK blocked a number of pathways about May 2025, they also created a fund, over 50 million pound fund, to be able to attract talent to the UK. People who can be net contributor to the economy. A lot of the changes that they are making, particularly to the legal immigration route, is not affecting people that they are judged as talent. And so as of May 2025, they created a fund for people who are talent. Everything I'm saying, you can verify, go online. Now that I've mentioned it, go online. You can also Google it yourself. The same immigration policy. I'm not saying a different paper. So yes, you may be surprised that, oh, is this true and all of that. The same immigration policy. I'm not talking about a new one. Similarly, more recently, and this is the consultation I mentioned earlier, when they talked about the fact that now by default, it is a 10-year route to indefinite leave to remain. They also listed out a number of shortcuts that would allow people to settle in the UK faster. So what is changing is that it's by default. Before now, it used to be 5 years to indefinite leave to remain if you were on the pathway to settlement. But now, by default, it will be 10 years to indefinite leave to remain. But then they created a number of shortcuts that one could use to settle faster. If you're on global talent visa route, which is one of the routes we'll be talking about today, if you're on the UK Innovator founder route, if you're earning a certain amount of salary, and several others along these lines. And so the truth is, although for most people are affected by the fact that by default now it's 10 years to settlement in the UK, there are a number of people on this call that can still settle in the UK within 5 years. There are people on this call that can still settle in the UK within 3 years. And those are the kinds of things that we want to discuss as we look at 5 key routes that are pathways to settlement and are pathways and shortcuts to accelerating UK settlement. What I will do is I'm going to talk about all 5 routes initially, just to give you an idea. As I said, just to give you an idea of these 5 routes that we are talking about, then we will drill down into each one of these 5 routes. But I'm not going to drill down into details because we have a lot of details about all these 5 routes on the Emigrate platform. Many of it is free. And so we're not going to drill down into those details that you can already get access to on the different indication of interest video resources, on the replay video on the Emigrate platform. I will just share a couple of tips for each one of these routes just to help people to start seeing what should I be doing. So whether you are in the UK already, looking for a pathway to settlement, whether you're in the UK already on a pathway to settlement, but you want to further secure your settlement, or you are not yet in the UK and you are looking at the UK as your destination, these are routes that you can explore. These are routes that you can think about. These are routes that you can research. Although not everybody qualifies, it is possible for most people to be able to qualify over a period of time. And so there are tools that we will share. So for each one of the routes, I will share a couple of tips, 2 tips, and then I will share at least one tool that you can find on the Emigrate platform. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, and I'll let you know which ones are premium, which ones are not. But you will be able to find a lot of support on the platform for free, because over 80% of what we do on the platform is free, but then we do charge a premium for some of our support as well. So these are 5 routes that you should take a look at. Now, 3 of these routes are actual visa categories in the UK. 2 of them are hybrid routes. They are not visa category. They're a route to a visa category, and we would explain that. So 5 routes that you should explore in terms of accelerated settlement in the UK. Number 1 would be the UK Global Talent Visa route. And this is available to you if you're able to show that you're a leading talent or you have the potential to be a leading talent in your field of digital technology. Number 2 is the UK Innovator Founder Visa route. This is available to you if you are able to, if you have an idea that is adjudged as innovative, viable, and scalable. You also have to show you're a genuine founder, and I will talk a bit about that if I have time. Number 3 is the UK Skilled Worker Visa, but in the right occupation code at the right salary level, which is that you find a job which is able to offer you work visa sponsorship and you're able to switch to that visa or move to the UK on that visa. And no, it is not true that people are no longer being sponsored. People are still being sponsored every day. It is not as easy as it used to be, but it is still available. And ultimately, what you are looking for is just one role. 2 hybrid routes. The UK self-sponsorship visa route. This is not a visa category by itself. The visa you will get at the end of the day on this route is the UK skilled worker visa. What changes is that rather than finding an employer, a third-party employer, you can create a company. That company is recognized as an entity under the law in most jurisdictions, including the UK. That company you created will sponsor you, will get the certificate of sponsorship from Home Office, and then will sponsor your visa as a skilled worker. There are many things you need to do right on this route, and I will talk about a few tips, and then, of course, you can also get access to some of our resources if you need more information. The final route is the Settle in the UK route. And the Settle in the UK route is also an hybrid route on the Emigrate platform. And what this hybrid route does is that we focus your profile on all 3 visa routes at the same time with an Emigrate assurance that you would get one of them over a period of time. You need a minimum of 3 to 6 months, absolute minimum, to be able to get on this particular route on the Emigrate platform, because we are not saying fake it. We are saying that you become globally attractive, you become qualified, and then you are able to apply for all of these different visa categories. We target your visa, we target your profile, to all three visa category, UK Global Talent, UK Innovator Founder, UK Skilled Worker Visa, with a pathway to qualify for each one of them over a period of time, with a plan to be able to get access to the endorsement or certificate of sponsorship and everything that is needed for you to be able to switch your visa or move to the UK on these routes. So those are 5 routes that are available on the Emigrate platform, and those are 5 routes that are direct pathways to settlements in the UK. Which one of these routes would you like me to focus on the most at this point? I would like to know. Please drop them in the chat. That way I will spend the time I have based on what I'm seeing in the chat. Which one of these routes would you like me to talk about the most? We will talk about all of them, but I would like to know which you would like us to talk about the most. And so you can drop them in the chat. And if you're watching the replay video, you can also drop in the comments, and we will be able to get more information, more resources to you over a period of time. One of the community managers will be able to do that. So 5 routes. 5 different routes. Each one of them have different requirements. Each one of them have different things that you need to be aware of. Each one of them have their nuances. Each one of them have their criteria, what it does, how it does it, and so on. So just looking at the chart.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
I
All
was
right.
looking, I was looking at
So
the chat to check the
which one?
questions we will start with, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it you want to
I'm
go on?
not done yet, Moody. Sorry.
Oh, okay, continue.
I'm not done. I just wanted to get an idea of the
All
interest
right,
in.
continue.
But okay, I hear you though. The message received. My time is almost up. Yes. So for each one of these routes, I did mention that I was going to share a couple of tips and then at least one tool that would be useful for you. I'll start with the UK Global Talent Visa route. With the UK Global Talent Visa route, if you go on the Emigrate app, you will find a number of resources that we've done. Video 1A is what we recommend you start with if you're just learning about this route for the first time. Video 1A drills down, and it is over 4.5 hours combined and gives a lot of information about the different things that you need to know about the visa route, the different criteria, the different ways, the different things your profile needs to fit into. It is not only for you if you're on the technique, if you're on the business, it's both for you if you're on the technical side of tech or also if you're on the business side of technology. If you have less than 5 years of experience in the field of technology, you can be adjudged as either exceptional promise or exceptional talent. If you have more than 5 years of experience in the field, you can only be considered as exceptional talent. That's the only route available to you within the Global Talent Visa route. The Global Talent Visa is not only in technology. We have the same visa available in engineering, architecture, arts and culture, fashion, and so on. But the technician visa route, and the reason why it's called technician visa is because the endorsing body for the digital technology route is a body called technician. And no, Technician did not shut down. They did have some challenges and they changed ownership at some point in 2023. But we still hear people asking that, oh, I thought they shut them down and things like that. No, it wasn't shut down. In fact, the Global Talent Visa route, we know will be open till at the very least 2028 because there's an Home Office contract that was there till 2028. And we think it will even be open for much longer than that, but at the very least. A tool that can help you in your journey is the Emigrate Visa Architect, which is Dr. Zenith. And it's available for you free of charge. What you can do with Dr. Zenith is you can put in your profile. You can put in your CV. You can put in your personal statement. You can even download your LinkedIn and put it in. It doesn't matter what you put in. You can put in your profile. It will scan based on what you put in, and it will give you an assessment for different talent visas, including the UK Global Talent Visa. You can do it right now. It takes about 30 to 40 seconds or so, and you will get an immediate assessment to say whether or not you are qualified for this route. But it gets better because, as we said to you at the beginning of this, even if you are not qualified today, there is a pathway for you to qualify. On the Emigrate platform, we believe that within a 1 to 2 year period, an absolute beginner in tech could qualify for the UK Global Talent Visa route. And we have proven this time and time again on the Emigrate platform. Now, when I say absolute beginner in tech, we expect that you would have some transferable skill in some of the things that you have done in the past. But within a 1 to 2 year period, you can actually build out your profile by becoming globally attractive. So therefore, you qualify for the UK Global Talent Visa, for the US O1 visa, for the EU Blue Card visa, and quite a number of others. I'll move on to the next route, the UK Innovator Founder Visa route. And with the UK Innovator Founder Visa route, there are a number of endorsing bodies. 4 of them now that are endorsing bodies, but one of them, the Global Entrepreneur Program, is you will need to get into the program and then they can now endorse you at that point. But do not ignore the GEP. Although the GEP program itself is changing, so by April, when they will release we suspect is when they will release they will make some announcements. I can't talk about it now because I know some of that in privilege, but the GEP program is changing. But don't ignore GEP as part of your options of endorsing body for the UK Innovator Founder Visa. But there are 3 other endorsing bodies. In terms of your idea itself, you need to make sure it is innovative, viable, and scalable. But a lot of people ignore some of the things that it's in plain sight and that they talk about. One of them is that you have to be a genuine founder. Now, part of the reason why the UK Innovator Founder Visa was created in the first place and changed, because it used to be Starter Visa and Innovator Visa, was because people were bastardizing or abusing the routes. And so now they have to check your CV, your profile. Your endorsing body and your assessor has to check to make sure that your profile matches the kind of idea that you are bringing out. There has to be a reason why that idea speaks to you and you are the right person to make that idea come to life. You have to answer the question of why you as part of your business plan. Founder market fit is important. Write it down if you're interested in the UK Global Talent, UK Innovator Founder Visa. Founder market fit. You need to show why you are the right founder to build out this idea, to build out this, and for it to be able to be qualified. Also, we are in the age of AI. And so please don't apply and say, I'm just going to slap AI on something and think that you will get endorsed. Your chances of endorsement is very low or next to none. That could have worked maybe 3 years ago. But now that doesn't work anymore, even if it worked then. The reason is because the assessors are technology leaders such as myself. And so they are looking at the market. Their job is to bring in ideas that are new to the UK, ideas that they believe can become the next big thing. Those are the kinds of ideas that they are looking for. And I'm not discouraging you. Nobody will have thought that Uber is a viable thing initially without taking a bet on Uber back in the days. Now it seems very obvious that if I pick up my phone, I can call a cab and the cab will show up at my door within minutes. without me speaking with anyone. Seems fairly obvious now. It wasn't so obvious then. Nobody will have known that Instagram would become a 2 billion or more company, $2 billion or more company. Because what were they doing? They were just sharing photos. But within that, they were meeting needs. They were solving problems that people had, and in some cases that people did not know they had, but they had those problems. Several ideas are still waiting to be battered. And so it's an opportunity for you if you're a genuine founder. It's an opportunity for you if you're interested in building something for yourself. With the UK Innovator Founder Visa, you are able to work full-time with other employers, but you have to show and spend considerable time building your own startup. I'll give one more tip here, but give me one moment. We'll be right back. Yeah, I'll give one more tip here, which is that please understand that when you are building your business plan, and yes, you need to impress the assessing body, the endorsing body, your assessor, you need to impress them when you build the business plan. But understand that you will be assessed against that business plan over the next few years. Next 3 years, you are going to have yearly assessment, but by the third year, your ILR application, indefinite leave to remain application, you will be assessed against your business plan. One thing we always know about business plan is that a business plan the business will never go according to the plan. That is known, but still you would need to be able to defend what has happened, how it has happened. You also cannot just change your idea to say, oh, I said I was going to do A, but now I've decided it is E I'm going to be doing. If you are pivoting totally, you will need to get re-endorsed. So it's important that you plan yourself properly in that regard. We'll be right back. All right. I'll go to the next one. My time is up now. Which would be with the UK skilled worker visa. Please understand that this is still a viable route for relocation and settlement in the UK. You will need to find an employer that will be able to sponsor your visa. If you're looking for a job that will sponsor you, a good place to look are startups that have recently gotten funding. You will find news about them online. You'll find news about them in different forums. And that's a good place for you to start. There's also a public list of every single sponsor in the UK, and it is always updated every 3 months or thereabouts. It's supposed to be every month, but sometimes it doesn't come out. Understand that the spray and pray approach, which used to work, is now more difficult to work. You want to use tools to help you optimize your profile. One of the tests I give to clients and people I speak with is if you are not getting recruiters calling you regularly, there may be something wrong with your online profile, your LinkedIn, your CV, and so on. And you may need to optimize better because people are still looking for the right people, the right team member to fill in their roles. Also, you can use LinkedIn to find other people working in this organization you're interested in, and then you can ask for introduction to the HR or the hiring manager in the organization you want to use. I didn't talk about a tool that would help with the UK Innovator Founder Visa. And one of those tools that we have on the Emigrate platform is the assessment tool with the UK Innovator Founder. It would assess your idea across all the criteria. It's a 6, 7 page report that gives you a chances of endorsement and some areas in which you may want to improve. It's a premium tool on the platform. It's available for our Emigrate Circle Lights members and above, but it's an absolutely useful tool. Once you build your pitch deck, once you build your business pitch deck, you can put it in. It will scan it for a number of the indicators and some of the insider gems that we have on the Emigrate platform, and it will give you a fantastic assessment of where you are. In addition, if you want to, you can have conversation with Emigrate coaches as needed in terms of you working on this, your idea, and building out this, your startup. With the UK skilled worker visa, we also have tools that will help with some of these things that I've just talked about. We have AI agents and autonomous agents that are able to help you with some of your application. We have agents that are able to help you optimize your CV. One of the challenges that you'll find is that most employers are using what is called applicant tracking system, AI tools to assess your CV. And so if your CV is not in a certain format, if your CV does not quite match the tool, the job description, it's sometimes your CV will not even land in front of the right employer, in front of an human being to assess whether or not they want to even call you for interview. And so there are a couple of things you can do there. And we have tools that are able to help building out aspirational CVs, building out what you need to do, showing you what the next steps are, and so on. And so this could be useful for you. UK self-sponsorship visa route. It's available if you create a company or buy a company, depending on your circumstance, and then get the certificate of sponsorship from the Home Office. And then with the certificate of sponsorship, sponsor you as the skilled worker. But the number of things has to go by the book to ensure that you are not going against any rules, whether now or in the future. Some people hide who the beneficiary are, the person of significant control on that company. We advise you, not advise, we coach to say that it is best for you to be the significant shareholder of your own company. It doesn't go against the rules. And in fact, it shows to the Home Office that you are not hiding and trying to game their system. And so you should be a significant shareholder, if not 90%, depending on what your circumstance is and all of that, would determine what that shareholding would be. But you should be the significant shareholder in your own company. Of course, you will need a British director. We have resources, as I said earlier, that has gone into full details on every one of these routes. What I'm sharing now are just some tips that would be helpful. If you are interested in any of these routes, what the best to do is download the Emigrate app, go get the resources. Some are premium, some are free. Most of them are free, and then use that to start your process. Be this person of significant control of your company. It's important. Nowadays, we coach that don't be a director of the company yourself initially. You still be a shareholder, but don't be a director. And there are reasons for that. But the second tip I will talk about is that you now need to show that your company has potential clients or existing clients. In the past, it was fine for you to just show that the company is active, but then you didn't have to have proof of active trading. Nowadays, you want to make sure that the company is able to show that it is actively trading and it has clients and it has potential clients that the reason why they've created the role that they want to employ you for. And I know it may sound a bit convoluted from the perspective of it's the same me, I own my company and my company wants to hire me. But by the rules in the UK, those are two different entities. So the company stands on its own, regardless of who owns the company, who is the shareholder of the company, and who are the directors. The company, well, not directors, the shareholders. The company stands on its own. The company has to prove that there's a genuine vacancy that cannot be filled by anybody else but you as a migrant and as a skilled worker that they want to hire. Exactly the same thing that any other skilled worker employer would have to show is what the company has to show. And so it's important that you make sure that you dot all your I's and you cross all your T's. The risk of not doing that is high in the sense that if you don't do that, there's a 6 month cooling off period if the application for sponsorship license is rejected. So it's important that all of the different steps, and there are several of them, but then we do have tools on the platform that when you put in your application pack for self-sponsorship, that's application pack for the company itself, and or it will give you some tips of what you should include, what you should remove, what you should do better, and things like that. These are AI tools that are available. And then we have coaches who've also supported several successful cases who are able to also advise and share insights in terms of your journey. Finally, with the UK, settle in the UK route, this is absolute beginner friendly. To say you've not done anything in the field of technology at all as of today, you can use this route. You need a minimum of 3 to 6 months, absolute minimum of 3 to 6 months. It could be a bit longer depending on where you are in the scale, but we would initially assess you. We cannot even bring you on this route if we don't think that you can be successful on the route in the first place. If you're already in the field of technology, you already have some technology experience, whether on the services side, consulting side, or product side, even better. Or if you have a startup already, even better. Or you already have startup experience, it would shorten your timeline even more. Each one of the routes that we are looking at, they have their criteria, and a number of these criteria are in public domain. We've had successes in all of them, which is why, and we have over a 90% success rate, which is why we are able to offer these routes with the emigrate assurance of success. Because if we are targeting 3 routes, each that we have over 90% success on, we know that we are able to achieve a success in one or the other of the routes. We have tools that will architect your direction. We have tools that will give you the strategic roadmap. We will be able to work with you in terms of charting a pathway over a period of time. This route starts with a roadmap that gives you the entire playbook of this is what we are going to be working with you on over a period of time to be able to achieve success. And so that's the settle in the UK as a tech talent solution that Emigrate offers. It's not a visa category by itself. What that package does, what that route does, is target your profile to 3 visa pathways at the same time. So what I've been talking about is I've talked about the different visa pathways. I talked about the 5 different routes, each one of them that helps to accelerate UK settlement. Some of them in as short as 3 years with the UK Global Talent Visa, with the UK Innovator Founder Visa. As short as 3 years, you are able to get your pathway to settlement, and then some up to 5 years. So depending on what the route is, but every one of these routes are routes that will not allow, that will not be 10 years to settlement, and it will not be 10 years for you to settle in the UK, as would be the case for most, that would likely be the case for most migrants and most people moving to the UK after April 2020. 2026. And so we've talked about different routes. I'm just going to share one more slide and then I'm going to hand over to Moody and then we will go with question and answer at this point. We've talked about different routes. Every one of these routes have one thing in common, which is one thing in common being if you are globally attractive, you have options. Whether it's the skilled worker route, and if you're targeting the skilled worker route, you probably want to target roles that pay at least £51,000 per annum and above, and there are reasons for that. Whether it's the UK Global Talent Visa route, where you need to show that you have been seen as one of the top leading talents in your field, the top one or top two, top 1% of your field. Or it's the UK Innovator Founder Visa route, where you need to show that, oh, you've got this idea that is innovative, viable, and scalable, but you also need to show you're a genuine founder. You also need to show how this idea is viable in the first place. You also need to show how you are able to run this idea and be able to build it in the UK. You also need to show that it is new to the UK. Or any one of these, there are tools that are available to support you. On the Emigrate platform, we have a number of education resources, community, templates, checklists, and tools that are free of charge. We invite you to use them. We want to support your journey. There are no gimmicks there. They are there for you. They are available for you to use. For every one of these routes, there are checklists, templates, and so on that we've curated and provided to be able to support you. It gets better because you can get access to some clarity sessions, short coaching session on the platform at no cost to you. And we also give access to some of our basic AI tool at no cost to you. If you want to take the journey a bit further, then you want to go on one of our subscription plans. As low as £175 a year, you are able to get on a subscription plan. And there are also options to pay monthly if you want to do that. And then you get access to more personalized coaching sessions. You get access to some of our premium agents and AI assistants and guides on the platform. Or you can also say, oh, in addition to all of these tools that we are talking about, all of these AI agents, AI assistants, AI coach that is available, you also want a human expert coach to walk this journey with you. We have this available because we have a strategic coaching marketplace of coaches who have helped many other people over the period of years in some of these routes. We're accelerating and helping multiply the impact of the coaches with all the tools that we provide for them. But then you can subscribe to any one of the coaches packages with a do it with me option. And for busy professionals, you can say, oh, this, I need more than just a coach and holding me through the journey. I would like support for some of the things that other professionals can do for me. To be clear, on this tech route, there are some things that only you can do. But in addition to that, there are some things that others can help you do. Technical writing, you can get people to do that for you. Professionals, business analysis, logistics, project management, and quite a number, drafting your business plan. And all of these come as part of our do it for me option, where the things that other technology professionals can do for you, they will be done for you, whether if across any one of the routes that we've discussed today and across any one of the other routes for other countries like the US EB2 NIW. Yes, the US route is closed as at the points that we are talking to you right now, but we believe on the Emigrate platform it will reopen before the end of this year. So what you should be doing is planning your profile and building your profile such that when it reopens, you can actually look at that route should you be interested. Several other routes like that. You can start for free, starting with the free assessments with the architects, Dr. Zenith. It's still in beta, but we've gotten fantastic feedback over hundreds and hundreds of people that have used the application. All you have to do, put in your CV, put in your personal statement if you already have that, or put in your LinkedIn profile if you have that, and it will give you a fantastic assessment of where you are for some of these routes that we've talked about. The assessment is free, but should you want the strategic roadmap, because as it does the assessment, it will also do a roadmap for you, a full report of what you can do right now so that you can qualify for one route or the other within the shortest possible time. I'm talking about a 9-page report, customized for you, personalized for you, showing you exactly what you need to do for you to move to your next stage. You can get that also on the platform. The strategic roadmap is premium. You have two options. You can buy the strategic roadmap as a one-off, or you can subscribe to one of our subscription packages as low as £175 a year, and then you get access to the reports free of charge as part of the subscription. And so just to say that Emigrate is then here to be able to support your journey, whether you've chosen to go free and you're doing it yourself, we are here to support you. Or if you need a bit more support on the do-it-yourself with a subscription, or you would like a do-it-with-me approach, or you would like a do-it-for-me approach, we're here to support you. You can drop in the chat which approach are you most interested in. The community managers will be able to provide more information and resources based on whatever it is that you've dropped in the chat. And then now it's time for questions. Over to you, Moody.
Okay, thank you very much for that detailed walkthrough. Right, I was taking notes myself, right, and I hope it has been as useful to me, and also likewise to you guys on the call. Please, I want to see questions. Right, I want to see your questions, and I want to use the remaining time we have left to answer as many questions. So this is the general inquiry session. So if you have a question, if you have started the journey and you are stuck, you may want to use this time to ask the question. If you are thinking, where do I start from? Right, you may also want to use this time to ask your question. Right, it is still the Emigrate Open Day, right? And we're talking about relocation and settlement in the UK, access to the UK, 5 shortcuts or 5 routes to the UK. Not, I don't think that they are shortcut, but I think that there are 5 routes to the UK, right? And if you're looking at the UK and you want to escape,
There are shortcuts to settlement, Moody.
yeah, shortcuts to settlement. If you're looking at the UK and you're looking to escape the new 10-year to settlement, that's what I was going to, 10-year to settlement, so 10-year to indefinite leave to remain. These are the parts where you should be investing your time, investigating, applying through, or looking at how you can take advantage of them. So, buddy, I want to start by asking a question, right, for non-founders. And I will also ask the questions for founders. So if I am a developer, right, that qualifies for multiple of these routes, so developers, I qualify to get a job, work visa sponsorship route. I qualify for the talent route, right? You know, which of these would you recommend for a developer, you know, in terms of it moving over to the United Kingdom?
Okay, I'm sure. So the UK Global Talent Visa is the best of all the 3 routes that we've talked to, 3 visa categories that we've talked about so far. So we've talked about 5 routes, but we've talked about 3 visa categories under those 5 routes. It's the best of all of them, but of course, it's the hardest also to land an endorsement in. And so if you are qualified already, that's the one you should focus on. If you are able to, that's the one you should plan your profile towards, first of all, because it's the best of all of them. It gives you the most flexibility. You don't have some limitations that some of the other visa routes have. So with the UK Innovator Founder Visa, you have to continue building your startup because your startup is actually what is giving you your visa. With the UK Skilled Worker Visa, and it's still a good visa route, don't get me wrong, it's still a viable route for you to use. It's just that it gives you that limitation. With the UK Skilled Worker Visa route, you are tied to your employer, even if your employer is your own business, right? You're tied to that employer, and should that employer not be successful, then you may need to switch your visa at some point or the other. So, in terms of which one should you target as a software developer, you should target the global talent first, and then maybe the skilled worker or innovator founder, depending on what you are. Now, you said you are a non-founder. The truth is, you can become a founder within 3 months. There are a number of things you need to learn, but the best way to become a founder is to start something. And you can start something tonight. You can start something to this morning. You can start something this afternoon. You can do all of that as a founder immediately, even whether or not you were trying to get a visa, whether or not you were trying to get endorsed.
Yeah, yeah. So while I agree with you, we also have to look at the temperament of everybody in the room. Not everybody has the stomach to be a founder. So that's why the question is for non-founders. We will come to the question around founders, but there's a question on the chat that I wanted to start with. It is, and the question is it possible to make a beginner in a particular learning part globally attractive? And the roadmap will take how many months or years. So if this person is a beginner in a
Mhm.
particular learning track, and he or she wants to become globally attractive, and is asking, is it possible in the first place? Then secondly, how long would that process take?
It is possible, very possible. We've proven it time and time again. A number of beginners that joined us and then have been able to move to the UK, US, Germany, and a number of other places as well. So it is very possible. We have a number of successes. So the answer is it is possible. It can be as short as 1 to 2 years. You would have to do a lot of things right from your day one of that 1 to 2 years, just to be clear, but it can be as short as 1 to 2 years. Because and that's what we're saying to you, that we believe on this platform that within a 1 to 2 year period, you can actually become endorsed as exceptional promise. However, a lot of things has to be done correctly from the beginning. A lot of things, and which is why you may need coaching, you may need handholding, you may need the direction, you may need the AI assistant, and so on. Because ultimately, you need to show that you are one of the leading talents in your field of digital technology, and that is what will get you endorsed. For the innovator founder, while it is true that not everybody can is a founder, right? It is possible for you to build yourself as a founder, is what I was saying. And it's possible to do that within a 3 months to 6 months period. It's possible. Not everybody can be, but it is very possible if you put your mind to it. I've seen people that jump into the field of technology, not because they were passionate about technology, but because it was a means to an end. That is possible. But whatever reason why you're doing it, you still have to make sure that it is something that you are putting your mind into, and it's something that you are decided that, oh, you are going to make it successful.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. I think that was well articulated. Around the founders, I wanted to ask a question around founders. If you can speak more around Innovator Founder Visa, I think there are a few people that are looking at the founder route, and they're looking at global talent, and it's like maybe I don't quite check the box just yet, but Innovator Founder looks like first question with Innovator Founder Visa. Can I move with my team? All right, is the first question. Secondly, can you speak more on the requirement for Innovator Founder Visa?
Can you move with your team? Hypothetically, yes, but it's not advisable with Innovator Founder Visa because every single member of your team will, when you say team, I assume you mean other co-founders.
Other co-founder.
Yeah, every single one of the co-founders will have to be endorsed individually. So each one will be compared to say, what is your profile? What does the startup need? What is your profile? Does the startup need? Of course, even the financial requirement of the startup at that point will also increase because you need to show that you can pay all of these co-founders the market rates or at least minimum wage in the UK. So yes, hypothetically, it's possible to say, oh, we are three co-founders. All of us want to move to the UK to build this idea. But we generally coach people to say just one co-founder or at least one person should first go for endorsement before the next person applies as well. But you will be judged based on the business plan of the company and then your skill as what is needed for that company to succeed. So each founder has to show what they are bringing to the table if you wanted to do that. The second question was
Around requirements for,
requirement. So
yeah.
the three key requirements is you need a business plan that is adjudged as innovative, viable, and scalable. But if we start drilling down, how do you show viability? You have to show viability in one way or the other, and it cannot just be on paper. And that's why you would do, and I'll start from the lowest to what we sort of generally recommend. Market assessments, market survey is something that you may want to do. But when you do market survey, please and please and please don't go and ask the question, will you use this application A that I have built? That is wrong in doing market assessment, and that may not get you endorsed. What you have to do is ascertain that this problem does exist and customers want to be able to get things around the problem. So you have to be able to ask questions around the problem to say by the time we put all of these questions together, the natural answer to this question is this my idea that I am bringing to life? Market survey. But then you may want to go a step higher, right? To say that you've created a landing page, waiting list, and a number of people have decided that, yes, once you launch, they're going to use this, your new product that you are bringing to life. Or you may want to go a step further. You may want to go and actually build an MVP of this idea, a minimum viable product of this idea, or maybe even a prototype of the idea. In the age where AI can help you build an application in a weekend, there's no excuse for you not to have put in some effort into what it is that you said you want to bring to life. Understand that the visa is not there because you want to move to the UK. The visa is there because you are bringing an innovative idea that will create employment, that would help the UK become the technology capital of the world, or at least the financial capital of the world in terms of startup capital of the world, and so on. So that's viability. Scalability, you have to show how this is going to grow astronomically over a period of time, an hockey stick approach to it. Innovation is the biggest one. If you get scalability and viability, but you don't get innovation, you still fail because the visa is for innovative ideas. You are bringing something new. You're bringing something they haven't seen before, particularly in the UK market. Even if you're using the UK market as a springboard for other parts of the world and so on, you have to show that innovation. You have to show that innovation element. You have to show how you are doing something different. You are doing something new. It doesn't have to be a new category. It may still be in food industry, but you are doing something new. It may be in the health industry, but you are doing something new. It may be something where there are incumbents, but then there's a part in what the large organization have that they are not really focusing on. And that's the part that you want to focus on with this, your innovation. All of that is still possible, but you have to show why this is innovative. Hope that helps.
Yes, it does. And I hope we're getting something out of it. I'm still waiting on some of the questions, but while we're waiting on that, let me just share Emigrate, we have a vibrant community, right? So if this is your first time we in this forum or in our open day, we have the Emigrate community, and I'm just going to share links to joining the Emigrate community. Right. So that community, you can continue oftentimes conversation continues on that community. right? So you can ask questions, you can suggest question, answer question, and also speak to coaches within the community. So the Emigrate community is a fantastic community to join if you are looking to move, emigrate, relocate, looking at settlement also. All right, so the link it's in the chat. Do take advantage of it. Use the link to join, and the admins will give you. If you have any question, the admins will be able to direct you properly and give you answers or direct you to the answer. Bade spoke about Dr. Zenith, which is the free visa assessment platform, right, that you should, and we have the link of that in the chat. Kindly just click on that and you have Dr. Zenith, and that would aid you to do free assessment, right, with regards to, and it's easy with your LinkedIn page, you can get an assessment done. All right. So we are in an age where there's a lot of information. There's no excuse not to put efforts, and what we're asking for and what most of this process demand from you is 100% effort, right? Or even 80% effort, and you would get desirable outcome. All right, let's come back to some of the questions that we do have with regards to the five routes that we're speaking to. Looking at settlement, the Innovator Founder Visa, how long will it take, in respect of the new law? We know the Global Talent Visa, I think, is a good standard visa. I think it takes shorter time. Does that apply to Innovator Founder Visa? And also if we can speak to the Skilled Worker Visa and also the self-sponsored visa, how long does this various route take to get you settled in the UK? You're mute.
Thank you for that. For UK Global Talent Visa, it's 3 years to indefinite leave to remain if you were endorsed as exceptional talent. It's 5 years to indefinite leave to remain if you were endorsed as exceptional promise. And yes, we will get clarification when the new law comes out in March, because personally, I think it was just a mistake, but some people feel like exceptional promise will now be 3 years to ILR based on some wording in some of the things that Home Office put out during announcing the 10-year route. I think it was just a minor mistake on their part. I don't think the intention was to change exceptional promise to 3 years to ILR. However, we would get clarification. It won't make sense based on the general direction they are going in, general direction. For Innovator Founder Visa, it is 3 years you qualify for ILR, but there's something else that your business must qualify to. Your business must qualify under a couple of criteria. There are about six of them, and your business needs to qualify under two out of those six criteria for you as the founder to be able to get indefinite leave to remain. For the skilled worker visa, it depends on how much you are earning once the new law comes into play. And they are consulting at the moment. Consultation ends sometime in the end of, will end soon. For those in the UK already, you may want to also have your say as part of that consultation that is going on. I think the public one is over anyway. But the point is, it's more than likely that the new law will say it's 10 years to ILR by default for skilled worker visa. But if you're earning a salary of £51,000 and above for 3 consecutive years, then you can settle in 3 years to ILR.
Okay. Does that apply also? That's some great news. Does that apply also to the self sponsorship route?
Yes, so self-sponsorship route, the visa you get is skilled worker visa. So that's the visa category as far as the Home Office is concerned. And so it's the same one to say, depending on how much you are paying yourself in quotes, will then determine. So if you want to, you can pay yourself £51,000 if your company is earning that much and can afford to pay you that amount of salary. And that can become part of what will shorten your timeline to ILR, because you are generating economic value and you are paying high taxes because you are paying your NI, national insurance, and so on in the UK at that level.
All right. I want to bring it back to Emigrate. It's a turn of a new year, right? And there are different offerings that Emigrate is churning on. One of them is the premium AI, right? That can generate Emigrate strategic roadmap or can generate a roadmap for individuals. We're also looking at an AI that can do free assessment, right? And can let's talk more about the premium AI for
Yeah.
immigration. What are the offerings? What can people benefit from it? What can we look out for, especially in the new year? To say, these are the offerings that you can benefit from. There are folks here that are thinking, how can I get this information? And this AI is able to generate the information for them. Are we going to get to a point where AI will be doing technical writing for us? Things like
We're already at that point where AI will, but I mean, don't just go submit whatever the AI
that's
generates.
why I said technical
You,
writing.
yeah, so don't just go submit what the AI generated. It's a draft. You will still need to put some human input into it and all, but we're already at that point. We have AI that does that at the moment. So what Emigrate has done is that across the entire journey from visa planning to eventual settlement, we are building tools that will help your journey. So for example, with the UK Innovator founder journey, if you don't have an idea at all, we have an idea generator AI that, and these are things that are live today on the platform. So you can use them right now once you subscribe. Some are premium, some are free, but the free one is the Dr. Zenith. I'm not sure what else the management will decide to make free, but Dr. Zenith is free. You can do the free assessment. But yeah, we have an idea generator tool that can generate ideas for you based on your profile, based on your market, and so on. So that's available. Moving on is that with that idea as well, if you need to generate pitch deck, we have a couple of tools that can help you start generating the pitch deck. You will still need to put some human input into it, but it gives you a fantastic draft. Now, once you've done your pitch deck and you've done your business plan, the business plan generator is not yet live, but we are building it at the moment and it will be live soon. But it's part of what we are building this year. Once you have your business plan, you can put your business plan into the Innovator Founder Visa Validator. And what that does is that whether you build the business plan on the platform or you built it elsewhere and you just want to validate to say, will this get endorsed? Can this get endorsed? Right? The validator will be able to give you the different signal, but it doesn't just stop at just validating to say, yes, endorsable, needs help, and so on. It will give you some of the pointers of why, what you need to do, what you need to adjust, what you need to add, what is missing, why it is saying so, and so on. AI can make mistake, which is why we advise for anything that or the AI that you may want to have a conversation with an human expert coach, because our coaches actually supported and worked with us in building all of these AI tools. Some of them are built based on their experiences, their insider gem, some things you will not find in public domain. And no, this is not just you just putting things in chat GPT. No, because there's a lot of data that we have on the Emigrate platform. And all of that is part of what we've used to train the different AI tools and autonomous agents that we are building. And it goes on from there. If you're on the pathway to settlement, things like even calculating your trips for busy professionals that do a lot of trips in and out of the UK, you need to also start managing how many days you stay in the UK if you want to qualify for ILR. Because if you're out of the UK more than 180 days a year, then you would not naturally qualify, except you have to get some sort of exception and all. All of those tools are things that we have on the Emigrate platform. Many of the ones I've talked about right now already live, already available for you to use, but we are building many more tools. So any pathway that you are on, because the main vision for Emigrate is we and you want to move to another economy, like we're seeing some of our clients that were settled in the UK are looking at the Middle East, Dubai and Abu Dhabi and all of that. We are building tools to support that journey. It goes back to visa planning to settlement in that case. So yeah, Moody, really exciting times for us. And then we are also expanding Emigrate outside of technology routes this year. And so that's something else that we are really excited about. So you'll start hearing us talk about not just Emigrate Tech Visa, but we are also going to be talking about a few other industry. Emigrate Tech Visa is staying as it is. We are focusing on the tech route, but then a few other verticals are being built on the Emigrate platform as well.
All right. Good news. Good news. Good news. 2026 offers a lot in Emigrate platform. What Buddy I just answered is, in case you have the question, why Emigrate? Why should I use this platform? I think Buddy has articulated why the platform would help you and equip you with the right information, right? So there's AI, personalized AI at scale. You have insights, instant insight on your application. And of course, it's not just the UK. Today we are focusing on the UK. However, Emigrate covers extensively, like you have seen on the packages I showed earlier. Countries like Germany, France, Canada, the United Kingdom, which we're speaking about today, and the United States also. And we also have coaches from Australia. So let me take this time to speak to invite you, if you are listening to us, if you've been endorsed and you have some bandwidth, you have some time, and you want to mentor or coach applicants who are looking to apply for any of the visa route, especially global talent. If you have been endorsed as a global talent through the digital technology routes or any of the global talent routes, please drop a message in our chat. We'd like to connect with you. We have what we call the Emigrate Coaching marketplace, where you can leverage your skills, right? And even lend a helping hand. Remember, what we do here, most of it is free, but also you can also earn from the knowledge and from the experience that you've garnered over the years, right? As someone that has been endorsed, or as someone that has a lot of information around the Global Talent Visa, around the Innovator Founder Visa, or any of the visa that you are a recipient of. So all our coaches are a recipient of the visa that they are speaking about, right? So that's one of the baseline for you to be a coach. It's not just head knowledge, it's knowledge, experiential knowledge. You've gone through the process and you've scaled through. You can advise people who are coming, or talent who are coming through the same process. So if you are that individual, or you're listening to us on YouTube or any of our platform, please reach out to us, send us a DM, send us a message, direct message, or send us a text, and reach out to us through any of our platform. I will be happy to have a conversation with you and bring your profile up on our platform as one that can offer mentorship or offer coaching services. All right. I will come back to Buddy now to ask if so we spoke extensively about the visa route. We've answered most of the questions. Buddy, if you give me a minute, I will just run through a few slides, one or two slides, and we'll come back to you for your final words, right, on today's platform, today's edition of Emigrates. So if you have any question while we are running through, please drop the question on the chat, right? This is the general inquiry bit. So drop the question on the chat if you do have any other thought. It might not be a question, it might be you trying to clarify the information that you've received before now, right? Either on this platform or online, right? Feel free to right? Feel free to oh, sorry. All right. Feel free to use the chat room and also let us know. And remember, it's a community event, so you can drop your LinkedIn and connect with you know, other people in the community in the chat, right? Build your network. It's part of what we're talking about. You might find your co-founder on the platform. You might find your co-founder on this platform. You might even find someone that can write you a reference letter, right? At the moment, AI can't write you a reference, so you still need human interaction, right? So you can find that, you know. And I just wanted to run through some of the offers, some of the things that you can benefit from Emigrate. You can come in using our human our experts and also leveraging on our AI. We have an AI for mobility and relocation and settlements. AI for mobility, relocation, and settlement. That speaks to some of the key points of what we do. So we can help you plan, right? We can pre-qualify you through the assessment program and prepare you for to prepare your application, prepare your profile to be endorsed. And once you're endorsed, we do have settlement plan. We can connect you to communities within the UK. If you're looking to come into the UK, we are community to community within other visa route that we speak to. And that is a big ask for many people that have been endorsed. You're trying to say, how do I attend event? How do I get into tech communities? How do I know where to find the right people? If I'm building a startup, how do I raise fund? In the United States for America, for example, how do I raise fund in Canada? How do I raise fund in the UK? It speaks to settlement. Even where do I live? Where are the right postcode where I can easily fit into? For example, the communities, what are the expectations? What are the culture shock? How do I navigate, simple things like mortgage, simple things like renting a property, right? Might not be simple, right? Things like credit card and credit worthiness and all those things that migrants are usually confronted with in the first 90 days of arriving in a new location. We can help you connect you to the right information and community that will help you settle. And also from that community, we can expose you to opportunity that can help you thrive. And these are all what we are putting together as immigrants. And if you are looking to relocate, or if you haven't relocated, if you are already in the UK, for example, and you're thinking about settlement and you've been isolated for a minute, right? You're welcome. You can chat us up and we can connect you with the right community that can help you settle in and start building that bridge, start building that network, right? Start meeting people in your space, in your field, and also help you thrive with the opportunities that we do have and that we can connect you with. Buddy mentioned that he's a coach, an advisor across multiple platforms. You want to benefit from that experience, right? Why emigrate? I think Buddy answered this very well, so I'm not going to labor it, right? Buddy just spoke about that, why you should choose emigrate or why you should allow us partner with you. Buddy answered that very well. Things that you can benefit from the emigrate ecosystem. Right, we can help you with preparation. I spoke about that just a minute ago, by giving you information and by exposing you to the right education. If you want trainings, if you are a co-founder, you want a pre-incubator environment, we can help you with those, right? And we can also give you a roadmap, customized roadmap, define. Come to us with your North Star, and we can teach you or show you how to get there, right? Pre-qualification, we have boot camps, we have incubator, we have accelerator programs that we can connect you with, right? We have talent development program also that we can connect you with. So if you are a beginner or you are a junior developer, right, this is specifically for you, right? And if you're a founder, you're looking for, which the best accelerator program to be part of, we can connect you. If you have an idea, it's just a thought or just an idea, and you're looking for an infrastructure, an environment where you can develop that idea into a full-fledged product, we have in partnership with incubator programs, we have partnership with accelerators that can help you navigate through those processes. Now, if you're looking to endorse, the endorsement process, we have coaches, we have mentors within the platform that you can work with to get the right endorsement that you're looking out for. And when you do relocate, like I spoke about settlement, and also there's also the reverse migration preparation, right, where you want to contribute to your own ecosystem to give more people this information that you had, and also to connect people with the right experiences, with the right information, or just mentoring people. We do have this platform called Emigrate that you can leverage with. Now, to get started, simple, go to our website or go to your Google Play Store, right, and download our app, Emigrate app, right, on any of the app stores, either Google or iOS, right. Download it, register within the app, and you would have this information, how to navigate this information. Or better still, I have dropped a link on the chat to our community. We have a WhatsApp community. We have a Telegram community where you can be part of it. And we usually continue the conversation on the community. For example, if you're still on the call at this time, you've won yourself a free 10-minute coaching session, right? It's been a while. Happy New Year. 10-minute coaching session, right? That you can leverage to ask a coach. So 10 minutes with one of the Emigrate coach. You can ask any question that you have. Now, the catch is you ask the most important question to you, right? There are many questions that Google can answer for you, but there are a lot more questions that Google cannot answer or might not be able to articulate properly for you. This is where you need a coach. Now, come to those coaching sessions with those questions, and the coaches will be able to explain further and put a human touch to it and demystify those questions. Now, how do you redeem this gift? You have to come into our Emigrate platform, right? One of our communities, either the WhatsApp community or the Telegram community. There's a link for you to join any of this community that I've shared in the chat, right? Use this link. When you get in, say to the administrator, you were part of the first open day for 2026, and the administrator will be able to schedule you to speak to a coach, right? Remember, we come bearing gift all the time. It's a free, we do a lot of free stuff, right? 85% to 90% of what we do is free. So you have a free 10-minute coaching session. Come prepared, come ready with your questions, right? We do have partners. We're not doing this all in isolation, or we're not doing this all by ourselves. We have partners. Our coaches are part of our partners, but we also have technology partner. I talked about Incubator earlier. I talked about talent development partnerships that we do have. One of such is the Bincom Dev Center, right, where you will be able to build tech talent, right? You're able to build startup, and you're able to enhance your tech skills. So if you're already intermediate in your journey, or you're already progressing in your journey, or you're self-taught, right? Many of us, learned about ourselves via YouTube channels, but we've not been able to build actual products for actual clients, right? The Bincom Dev Center gives you an opportunity to build actual products that you can ship to the market, and actual users will come in and use the product. There's a different fulfillment that comes in when you see users using your product or customers using your product than you have a product that you have built, but it sits in your laptop or on your device, right? So the Bincom Dev Center gives you opportunity to build your tech talent. So if you're a beginner, you want to build the tech talent, any of the tech skills that you want to build. If you're a founder or you have an idea, you want to build a startup, right? We have an incubator program, right? I think, right. Last by Bincom. It's a perfect way to segue into this. Last by Bincom, it's a platform, incubator platform for 3 to 6 months, where you can build your idea from scratch, right? Build a product-led digital technology with your own team, all right, from scratch, 3 to 6 months. Now, if you are in the service industry within tech, most of the visa opportunity want to know what have you built, right? This is an opportunity for you to actually build a product. Now, you can add this to your portfolio of products if you already have built other product before now, or you can use it to start your portfolio by building your first product, right? So take advantage of it. It's a program that helps you learn practical skills, gives you practical opportunity to improve your career and your portfolio as a techie, right? So bincom.net/lab is where you want to go to be part of this program, right? The first cohort for the year will be starting soon, so you want to be in that cohort. It's a 3 to 6 months program where you take a project, an idea from ideation, or take an idea through ideation to market to scale up. and you're going to be solving a pain point that people have. So it's not just something that you're thinking about, but you have real pain point that real users are experiencing, and you're going to solve that and take it to market and scale it. And you can use that in any of your application process. You can use that as part of your portfolio if you are looking to get your next big break or your next job, right? So that is last by Bincom. I spoke about our packages that we had that we have on the platform and that you can leverage also. Now, I believe after this session, you agree with me that you are globally attractive or you are on a journey to becoming globally attractive. And Bade has shared 5 routes specifically to the UK. In our subsequent edition, we will be speaking to other routes, the US, Canada also will be speaking to that. So pay attention to our social media handles and also be part of the community. Ask those questions. Let us know where you are on your journey. Let us know where you need help, and we will be able to provide help as much as we can. Most of the visas we speak to or we speak about have pathway to settlement. Right, these are the benefits of applying for the tech visas. You can move with your family. It's beginner friendly, so you can plan. You have your roadmap, all right, that you can walk through, right? And we can discuss in depth if you come to a one-on-one session, right? But this again is not an exhaustive list. It's just give you an appetizer to say these are the opportunities, these that is open to you if you are in tech. We do have the tech, immigrant tech visa landscape material that we put out there. So if you want to know how the landscape is changing, right, please click on the link. I'll share it on the chat, right? This speaks to everything that has changed, everything that is coming. But they talked about waiting till March and April to see some of the new changes. There were some changes that happened last year that we've updated in this white paper, right? You can learn about those changes. And there are some new changes that is going to come in that's coming in 2026. This will be updated in the Emigrate Tech Visa Landscape document also. And it's available on our app. If you're on the app, you can get it for free on the app, right? Right. So that is Emigrate. If you want to reach us, please use any of the numbers, the phone numbers you can find on the slide you are looking at the moment. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to any of these numbers, and we would reach out to you, we'll respond to you as soon as we can, right? But before we go today, buddy, I want you to speak to our customary 5 talent category that we have in the house, all right? So we're looking at the newbies, we're looking at the folks that are changing career path. Maybe they're moving from one career path. They've been in marketing and they are moving into proper tech, right? And also we're looking at the executive who, the CTOs, they build multiple products. They possibly qualify for multiple visa routes, all right? I want you to speak to them and, what is the best visa route that they should be applying through? When should they start? Right. And where can they find help if they are looking to use immigrant visa opportunities? So, right, I will stop sharing now and allow Buddy come back in to speak to those category of people. Right. Okay.
Sure. Yes. So I'll start from the beginners to say the journey to being globally attractive. In fact, one of the things we say recently is that it's not really a destination. Being globally attractive nowadays is actually a continuous journey. And so what you want to do is you want to start from stage one, you want to start from step one, and then you continue along that pathway. The only thing is make sure that you have a valid roadmap that you're going to use for that journey. It's a multi-year journey from visa planning to settlement. Yes, it's possible that you may be able to get a visa within 3 months, which is fine. But then if you're looking for settlement, it's still a multi-year journey at the end of the day. We have the Talent Companion app. We have the Emigrate app. You can download it in the App Store that can help you. Whether you use Emigrate or you don't use Emigrate, it's important that you have a roadmap for yourself. If you already know the visas that you are planning for or you are targeting, many of the Western countries, by law, they have to give you exactly what their requirements are. And if you meet the requirements that they set out in stone, they have no choice but to endorse you. And so look at those requirements from day one. And then you are able to say, can I build my profile towards it? However, what we say on the Emigrate platform is don't build your profile towards that requirement because sometimes they may change their requirements. Build your profile towards being globally attractive. You naturally meet those requirements within the shortest possible time. And so that's for beginners. For intermediate people, you've already built some part of these things that we are talking about. You probably already have some of the criteria, some of the evidence, some of it, but not all of it. So you should be doing a gap analysis. And that gap analysis of where you are versus where you want to be should likely also lead to you having a roadmap. And that roadmap would be towards you being qualified and towards you getting endorsed for whatever visa route you're looking at. For experts in the room, for highly advanced professionals in the room, you are probably already qualified for one thing or the other. Now, it depends on your career. If most of your career has been in services industry and all, there are some visas that you may not be able to get. And interestingly, if most of your career has been in the startup world, product-led world, there are some visas you may not be able to get. But you are probably already qualified for some route or the other. And so you may want to also start with a roadmap, but that roadmap may be scanning your profile to what are the visa pathways available. There are over 40 of them on the Emigrate platform that we curate at the moment and we support and we have coaches for across the UK, US, Canada, France, Australia, Germany, which are some of the primary countries. But then we look at digital nomad routes like Portugal, like Malta, Spain, and a number of others along those lines. So the point is the world is borderless for talent, and there are many places that want to open their doors to you. And what you want to do is make sure that you look at what is that roadmap, what are you targeting? If you've got family and dependent, what does that look like? What are some of your own next steps? Do they align with some of the values of the country that you are targeting, and so on? If you are in the country and you don't have a pathway to settlement, which is the fourth category, the requirements are the same for you. Whether you are in country or you are out country, the requirements are usually the same. However, what you want to do is that you want to make sure that you don't wait till you have 2 months to your visa expiring before you start doing the work you could have been doing 2 years ago. Don't wait till 1 month before you book a coaching session to say my visa will expire in 3 days or in 3 weeks. What can we do? Because some of these pathway you need a minimum of 3 months to prepare if you don't want to rush it. An average UK Global Talent Visa application takes 3 months for people that are already qualified if you don't want to rush it. It's possible to rush it and do it in 1 week or 2 weeks and all, but if you don't want to rush it, accounting for time to understand the route, accounting for time for a number of things, accounting for time that will take for your recommenders to sign your letters and write the letter and so on. It may take a bit of time. If you are ready to apply fifth category, we invite you to get support from the Emigrate platform. Whether you are interested in just the free, there are a couple of resources available free, and we've supported people free that have been endorsed on this platform, or you're looking at the do-it-yourself subscription, or you're looking at the do it with me, or you're looking at the do it for me. We invite you to use the platform. We want to support your journey. We want to help. Most of the coaches on the platform, we are people who have that same idiosyncrasy to say they actually want to help. We are limited by time. It's a business at the end of the day as well, but we do a lot for free because we want to add as much value as possible. We believe the world can be borderless for talents. We believe that we can help individuals become globally attractive. Let's help you.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for such a brilliant presentation today. And I hope everybody, and I'm positive that everybody got something out of it. And there are people that have jump started. You've helped jumpstart their journey already with the information that you have shared. And I'd like to say thank you very much. Thank you to the Emigrate community for putting together again the Emigrate Open Day for the very first one for 2026. Thank you everyone that was part of it, those that could join. These recording will be available across our community. If you miss any part or you want to go back to anything that Buddy had said, it will be on the Emigrate community and also on our Emigrate app our platform, so you can go back and watch the recording. And if you need any more information, please join the Emigrate community. Right, the conversation will continue within our community, and also pay attention to our social media handles for the next Emigrate Open Day that is coming. Right, help introduce Emigrate to your community, help introduce Emigrate to your friends and colleagues who are looking to becoming globally attractive. Right, if one reach another, what a beautiful world we will create by sharing suitable information that everybody can leverage. It's not fun growing in isolation. It's not fun growing alone. So let's connect with one another. Let's teach others and show others where we are getting this information from. Hopefully, it's from Emigrate platform. So thank you very much. We would see you guys within the community to continue the conversation and also in the next Emigrate Open Day. Thank you and have a good one. Thank you very much.